still being defeated in the Fourth Crusade, I think. Now the Byzantine Empire is now the Latin Empire. Baldwin the First died the next year, being succeeded Henry, his son. Well, Henry wanted the Latin Empire to stay, like other Latin emperors, so they wanted it to stay. Then, when coming north, they see big powers, which they would be scared of. In the east, they saw the Emperor of Nicaea, their greatest ally. And in the west, they see Italian lands that they can afford. And in the south, they see Africa. Maybe could afford? Yeah, I'm not sure. But then, this emperor, this didn't know where to go. And this emperor died in 16, and he was succeeded by Peter. Peter, even though only having 1 year of reign, decided to attack the Second Bulgarian Empire. Even though this started the war all in the Balkans. As the Latin Empire went up, being supported by Euparis, which I forgot these were the lands, and Nicaea and Crete, they can probably win this war, but who knows? Bulgaria is big and scary, so you might have to just go invade. So the capture of Sofia, this wasn't long, but then they had to go up through Balkan lands and take southern Dobroja, and then invasion of Macedonia succeeded. But then the Bulgarians fought back down and encircled their own capital, then pushing back from southern Dobroja, taking more land. Then and get close to and capture Constantinople. After that, you have the Latin Empire surrender, being succeeded by the claimant Byzantine Emperor, but now Byzantine Emperor Theodore the First Lascar, the former emperor of Nicaea, became emperor of the Byzantine Empire. Now with that, the Nicaean emperor now is angry. But then with like their ally, they made a few allies. First, then they got a new enemy to fight. The new enemy was Ayyubid Dynasty. Why? That's right. And now they attack. In 1219, they attack the year. And then swooping down and capturing Damascus. Then they take a few more lands. Go and fight. They take all of Lebanon. Then fight for Jerusalem. Captured. Invasion of Jordan. Succeeded. But what they didn't know was that in Cairo, multiple armies were waiting for them. In 1220, they make it to the Suez Canal. Then, once waiting for Cairo, I don't know where it is. they cross there, but then attack. The Ayyubids attacked. They lured them in the second siege of Jerusalem. Now, going to invade, capture of the capital of Jordan, boom, and then the recapture of capture of the Golden Heights and the recapture of Damascus. Later, they surrender. The Byzantines just have to pay war reparations. Now, with that, the Sultanate of Rome attacks the Byzantine Empire. With the death of the Byzantine Emperor, he was succeeded by Ducas, not his son. Made a mistake. Not his son! They Rome wants to make it to the Mediterranean. And how to make the Byzantines surrender? To invade Constantinople. In 1225, they're close to the Mediterranean. The Greek forces are ready in the south and right here. So there's no way for him to invade. Then Constantinople is it. So in 3 years, Constantinople's almost done. But forces were covering up the area. So attack. Constantinople did not fall, and the Sultanate of Rome was eaten up. Out of the lands and started invading. The Sultanate of Rome was no more. During that, John the Third Ducas gets this land. Now finally, peace is here. Peace treaty, you take all the land here. Now this is what I call. Now with this land being here, they want to now invade the Ayyubids, but they don't have time and they need a base. So why not they take Cyprus? The Byzantine Empire asks Cyprus to join. Cyprus refuses, starting an invasion. The invasion of Cyprus was taken hard. The invasion of Cyprus was a success. And now they take this. Which I forgot in my alternate history of Greece video. I forgot to take these lands of Cyprus and put them the sea are in Greeks' control. That's the biggest mistake. And Cyprus is now in Greece' hands. Now Cyprus becomes a puppet of the Byzantine Empire. Now their true interest, Crimea. So the invasion of Crimea goes a year later, with Crimea being taken. John the Third Ducas Red States is 100% confirmed the conqueror. Now with the annexation of that land, the war between the Ayyubids and the Byzantines have started once again. With the help of Cyprus now, they upper Europe and take in Syria. Then they take this in, and the siege of Damascus starts soon. with the siege of Damascus. Damascus being siege cuts every river, including Lebanon. Which the siege of it, which you can visit just by jumping over a lake. I'm just kidding. But maybe there is a lake that you can, maybe you have to jump through lakes just to see it. I don't know about the Middle East. Only like some countries I know, like Syria. I know all countries in the Middle East. Just stop. Now the siege of this city in Lebanon, which I forgot. I mean Jordan. Lebanon. Okay, so now Palestine is taken. Jerusalem is sieged. Wait, I call this. This is. Wait, hold on. Don't get mad at me. But when I said this is Palestine, it not mean this whole area is Palestine. I recognize this. For me, this is Palestine. Don't get mad at me. Now the siege of Jerusalem. Second take of the Mamluks. It was then, but then they decided to fight back. The fighting back. They couldn't reach Cairo in time. The recapture of the Suez has been taken. But don't worry, since Cyprus is your vassal, now you can just make more troops. Capture of northern Egypt, which has Cairo. Now they surrender. The peace treaty is the Mamluk Sultanate is here, which now makes Cyprus annexed. And now meaning there's two separate sultanates. The Sultanate of the Kingdom of Jerusalem's back. Then we have the Sultanate of the Levant and Mamluk Sultanate. Now, if John dies a few years later, succeeded by his son, Theodore II Lascaris. Lascaris? Are you kidding? If you don't know, his father is Doctus Vatax, and his mother was also the daughter of Theodore I Lascaris. So now you know. Now, Theodore doesn't have a long reign. So guess what? In 4 years of his reign, he does just a few reforms, Orthodox reforms, and then he's dead. Lascaris, which also has a short reign, and he dies. Defeated by John Michael V.I. Paleogalos. Michael V.A. from the Gallows. That's just it. Now with his reign of power, he's just an emperor. He just until this what happened. Jerusalem was sieged and taken, and then the formation of Egypt and Syria come true, and this angered Michael VIII. So he demands Jerusalem should be independent. They say no. Invasion. Well, this time they were helped by the United Arab Kingdom in this scenario. Okay. These two against the Mamluks, how well can they defend themselves? A lot. The siege of Damascus was coming in. Damascus was sieged. They landed south, and south, as you can see, is getting close to Jerusalem. And then the Arabs somehow began to take Jordan away. The capital of Jordan was taken. Man. Capital of Jordan? No? Yeah, I'm going to do some research. Anyways, Jerusalem rebels came and freed themselves. Now taking the Suez peace treaty, punished them hard. And now your allies leave the game. You give Jerusalem this, and north of this. Now this is normal. Now the rest, Armenia, being the little kingdom, decides to ally with the Byzantines. And but then they realize they're still part of the Golden Horde. So, guess what they do? They ask the Byzantines like a million times. Right? So the Byzantines invade the Mongol Empire. A little risky, but okay. So now, invading the Mongol Empire gets your empire in danger, since your empire is challenging the biggest empire, and your empire is now going to get failed. Well, let's see. Oh, Michael VI dies. The 8th dies. Being succeeded by, I don't know how to pronounce this emperor. Emperor Michael IX. Now, risky moment. Now with the capture of Yerevan, they take the rest of Armenia and fight the rest of the Mongols in the north. Peace treaty. Take all, even including this and these soft lands and these. No border gore allowed. Now, if this the Mamluks who plan to get revenge. With the Mamluks planning to get revenge, now creates a war. Dang it. With the split of Jerusalem, the Byzantines. No, the Byzantine. Jerusalem and the Byzantines are allies, but the Byzantines have to split Jerusalem. You have to split Jerusalem now that the Mamluks are invading. So this is a kind of mercy kill. There we go. But do you think you even won the war? Nope. Now with that, you're in technically big trouble. Byzantine Empire. And take the Suez and then you're done. Of this. Captured Damascus. Taken. Now your only choice is for you to surrender. Peace treaty? Yeah. Yes, take this. Now Andrew's spell. But wait, that was the greatest extent in this empire. Like, going eastward purposes. Now, finally, it enters the 1300s. Finally. And a little bit of chaos. See, if you see north, the Grand Duchy of Whiffle. Wrong files! If you see, the Leve area, the Golden Horde exists. Through Georgia. And you have to attack. What do? Attack. Don't waste your army, kids. Since that's what they did. Now the invasion. Golden Horde. Somehow succeeded. Peace treaty? Justinian peace treaty. Speaking of Roman emperors, Andronicus in this scenario is probably the greatest in this scenario, not in real life. Not in real life, please don't say. In real life, he was actually, don't be like those people. Eat my pretzels. That's what I do. Now, anyways, the Bulgarian Empire. It would fall. That's why they take it. They put it out of its misery. So what they do, put it out of its misery by invading it. Serbian rebels rise up, and now you're being taken. The capture of, dang it. Surrender it is, Bulgaria. You can't stand a chance between all of these armies. Sometimes I forget this is pause, and I keep talking like the video is on. I just realized that, and then I just have the worst feeling ever. And now with this is better. Yeah, your noises. Breakfast is being served, and I'm going to make mine soon. So anyways, the Byzantine Emperor was succeeded by Sorry. Okay, all I had to do is just change the name. And this Byzantine Emperor had a few years of reign. Interesting. That still doesn't mean he's so powerful. Like, and I really mean it. Don't just say, oh, he's kidding. Yeah, he's kidding. No, am I kidding? Okay, now then they took Albania up easily. And now they take south of Kosovo. Now I'm going, sorry Serbians, but now they're just going to be angry and say, Kosovo's not a country. My country recognizes it. I respect everything. Just please stop conflict. Okay, so now what this is, you're now in danger. Bulgaria is just now just a small rump state. Now after Andronicus Paligolalos died, succeeded by John V. How do you pronounce Palilogos? I think I just pronounced it. Palilogos. Not just some confusing name or whatever. Free reigns in total? His co-ruler being his brother for about just not his brother. Yeah. John V with a long neck. Ruler reign. Every time I say VI, John VI reigns. Full capture of Bulgaria. Bulgaria gets invaded, which gets real invaded, and gets captured. They make Southern Gibraltar a state. I mean, part of Wallachia. Oh. Now with this, you're in danger. Montenegro, you're in danger. Italian states that are there, hello. You're in danger. Now with this, taking of south of it gets more, which are just annexations for no purpose. Now that Armenia is in their sphere of influence, no more wars are brought between Egypt and the Byzantines. Now they're at peace. For 20 years straight, since this is 351. And guess what? Children don't want the throne. Oh, just kidding. So you go to war again. With the help of your friends. They siege through Damascus. They take Lebanon. Getting through Jordan. Taking northern of it with the Arabians taking the rest. And making through Jerusalem. And now what you do is invading the Suez. And then they take northern Cairo. Then, after the war, you're exhausted. So your child takes control. They didn't want control after that, so you are back in the throne. Your child never takes control. I'm drinking Pokemon. Why am I drinking while I'm making? Go up. Okay, sorry. Just hearing my family again. It's fun. But now I have to go up. I don't want any distraction. I even vote this was now taking of this. John V was succeed John VI Melogalos, but he didn't want to do it anymore, so you're still as an emperor till you die. Now being succeeded by Manuel. And Manuel is normal. Now No, so much reforms. Reforms to you, reform to you. Reform! Now if this. Reforms, later he died. He succeeded by John V.I. Palaiologos. Now, he's an emperor to be scared of, because what he does is what he does, and it's scary. Now, what he does in 1433, he goes on with the Mamluks for the last time. Now they're not annexed. Now a puppet. Now with this empire is big thick empire. All you need now is then you die. Now you succeed. Constantine the 11th. Wait, no, I was right. Dang it, I thought I was wrong. And Constantine does literally nothing except reforms and good political things. Well, he dies in 1463. Now, this is when the House of Cyprus comes handy, even though it doesn't really exist. Never mind. Thomas Pelilagos. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that name. Thomas Pelilagos was Byzantine Empire till 1465. He was succeeded by Andreas. Andreas had like a very long reign, but then he later died. He's about in 1502. Then, when wondering who holds the next title for Byzantine Empire, they tried looking. Some said no, some said no, some said no. But then, the ones that were ready to build a new empire, 6 million the first, now forming a personal union. And this is why you were named King of the Romans. Now a new era has started.